bit of a daunting challenge today. Ennerdale. So they're filming down the road from me, where I walk most days. Ennerdale. They're filming 28 years later, the new Danny Boyle film. So I'm going to give you some info about the film. I'm going to show you around Ennerdale. I'm going to show you how I always get lost and where I stop. And we're going to have a look at some of the local articles about what's going on. For example, it's going to make traffic very busy on the A6. Well, I'm going to tell you now, it didn't. It's really hard to get to Ennerdale itself, but the A6 was fine. But I'll tell you what, going on and around Ennerdale can be tricky at times. It really can. The first time I went, I took my car and I got stuck in a ditch moving out of the way for the water van because United Utilities own the area. So we're going to talk a bit more about that and what they're going to do with Ennerdale later on. Cillian Murphy was there. Lots of people were asking for pictures. I did not. Lots of people asked for pictures and he didn't give any. Somebody took one and it ended up on the local newspaper, as you can see. They were there filming it, and the way they filmed it's quite interesting too.
Ennerdale, I think the best lake. Well, full stop, baby. Marcie likes it. She's not a big fan of the waves this morning. It's a bit cloudy, a bit windy, but still. It's amazing. Just having a sniff of something or other. 6.4 miles. Well, let's see if we can do 3.2.
Future map butting in. So yeah, strangely enough, the 3.2 mark is where they were filming. It's where it kind of gets hard to walk all the way around the perimeter. Usually where I stop, get a bit tangled up, we get a bit tangled up and then we turn back, which is pretty much what happened here. So yeah, keep watching and you'll get to see a lot of the locations.
What's that mountain called over there? It's pretty big.
If you remember from the original films, there's lots of comparison between being off the grid and places like this and being in the city, you know, best places to hide. It kind of puts you in that position as well, doesn't it?
We're back to where Marcie fell in love with going in the water. Today she's trying to get through these cripples. Good job, Marcie. Might have my lunch and sit on this log. Oh, she's in. She's having a drink. Well, it's good that's where all the good water comes from, love. I'm going to sit on this log, I think, over here. This looks like a nice spot. Marcie's going to go for a bit of a swim. Imagine that rocks are fish and birds. So, signing off. That's where we're aiming for over there. We're about 2 miles in. Private beach if anyone wants it. A bit rocky. Whoa, 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 don't jump off there, young lady. Thank you. I will probably be joining you in a second. Halfway, maybe a bit over halfway. And once I get unwrapped from this tree. This is where Marcie learned to love water, because you can just walk down the little jetties at Ennerdale into the water, and it's dead shallow. She can have a drink as well. It's not salty, obviously. Decided we're going to go a bit faster because there's a dog down the other way that I'm not a big fan of, so we might end up doing that 6.4 miles or whatever it is after all. Right, we may have hit the end of the road here because I can't see where the path goes any further. There must be a long, more hospitable path that we've missed. So we've done about halfway. We started off over there, we walked all the way around. We're about halfway. And instead of going the other half, I think we're going to have to go back the way we came. Otherwise you're going to be reading about me or hearing about me on the news. I'm going to get lost. No, Marcie, we're not going that way. So we're going to go back over here somewhere. Okay. This feels very Blair Witch Project now. Won't drink from the lake, which is a reservoir for humans, but drinking from this little stream here. Right, are we done? No, I can't eat that. Right, let's go. We decided to surrender and go back the way we came. If we do 6.4 miles-ish, I'll count that as a victory.
Angler's Crag was where we stopped, so it's probably a good idea. 6.7 miles on Marcie's tracker.
No, that's not me after my walk. That's Robert Carlyle. Picture of the crew from the local paper. And just remember as well, I think this is quite interesting because it's going to probably be the biggest opening of a film ever filmed on a smartphone. Obviously there'll be loads of filters and things like that on it, I heard. But that's pretty exciting as well. Just a reminder, Ennerdale is in the process of being given back to nature, rewilding. If you're interested in reading about that, I recommend George Monbiot's writing, and also his interview with Adam Buxton on the Adam Buxton podcast was really, really good. So I guess the idea with Ennerdale is it's going to stay wild. Check out myself and Ben discussing 28 Days Later on the All Things Horror podcast. You can see where to find us above.